Hey there, everybody. Sorry I'm running late. Hey, Maylee, nice to see you on. I was out running an errand and it ran late, and it's like, okay, I can either like try and stop somewhere and send a message or go ahead and like just get there as soon as I can. I went with the latter option. So this is the one I'm going for. Let's see. Took the book out already. Looks like we have at least 6 bags. Yep, 6 bags. All right. And I don't know if I mentioned it the last time, but it's something on there. Something loose or... Oh. Okay, it looks like a couple of loose items in here. It looks like there are wires wrapped around the tree to keep it where it's supposed to be. On the last one, I did find the lost piece. It was stuck in a bag. Let's see what this says here. We're making packaging more sustainable. Okay. Sorry about the cough. I'm doing this one without a bandage on. I'm not going to focus in on it, but my finger is doing much better. All right. So, Lego Bonsai. They're showing a green Lego wrench. 1 tree, 2 varieties. I think I will go with the I think I'll go with the cherry blossom one. All right. 1, 2, and 3 are the body of the tree. 4 is the green, 5 is the cherry blossom, and 6 is the face. All right, we'll start with bag ones here. All right. And Melly says the one Megan struggled with. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. And Gwen says hello. Hey, Gwen, nice to see you on. And Melly saying hey to Gwen. If Marmar catches this later, Mr. Serby is keeping me company under the table and being rather distracting. By the way, we did finally hit 1,570 subscribers today, which is the first time I've hit that number. We're actually, that's been like close to a year since I've been stagnated. It's kind of annoying. I should have put these in here. They wind up on the floor. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Serbs. That was not meant to fall over on you. It's an empty box, so I don't think you really even noticed it that much. Okay. I'll keep these out here for the moment. Ah, we do have a green Lego wrench. Let's see. They are indeed the same size. Oh, before I get too started, see, Gwen says, happy to hear your finger's doing better. Yep. I'm not even going to lose the nail, I don't think. But I might wind up getting something like an ingrown nail as it grows out. I'll have to be careful with that. Melee says, woohoo. And Melee says, hit the like button on the way in. Thank you for that reminder, Melee. All right. Oh, I also have a slight project that I figured I'd share. If you've seen my, let me go ahead and show this real quick. That logo there is part of the medieval household I'm in that focuses on the Mongolian Empire. But I ran, and they also occasionally, they've had people who like skulls as part of their stuff. So I ran across this that has a yin-yang skull. Normally it has the red as kind of like the drop thing for the logo, but it doesn't quite work on this when you print it in black. But I figured I'd paint this red and this red, maybe do a lining of this in the gold since I'm not going to do a lightning bolt on it. But this is the size that it comes in naturally. So I went ahead and measured it, figured out the size of the actual human skull, and I have a life-size version. So I ran out of the matte, apparently, PTEG when I started, not too far in. And the one I got apparently after that apparently is a little more glossy. But I figured a little bit of sanding and maybe like a gloss seal coat when I'm done, and it should look nice and uniform. So I'm kind of do the same thing. I'm also considering doing them smaller than this so people can have them as like trinkets or whatnot. But anyway, I see Marmar is here. Well, in that case, I am going to give Mr. Serb a lift up on the table so that Marmar can have her cat fix. Give me a second, set these out of the way here. Where are you, Mr. Serb? Sorry, it's a little hard for me to do this since I'm not as strong as I would like to be. Give me a second to get him in the right orientation. There we go. And yes, he is chunky enough he wobbles the table. Let's see if we can get your head facing another way. Yes, he's headbutting me for pets. Hopefully this will give you enough attention. You'll leave me alone for the rest of this build, Mr. Serbs. All right. It's time to step down. There we go. All right. Okay, let's see. Let me catch up with the chat. Let's see. I think that's where we left off. Melee says, woohoo. Oh, that was it. Hit the like button on the way in. Melee says, that looks awesome. Marmar says, good afternoon. Hey, good afternoon, Marmar. Melee says, hey, Marmar. And Gwen says, that looks cool. Melee says, kitty. And Marmar says, yay, Serby. And Gwen says, kitty. And Marmar says, there's more of him to love when he's chunky. Too bad he doesn't get along well with the other cats here, so he's got to be kept mostly separate unless there's somebody here to supervise. All right, so we start off with one of a 8x6 sand color, I guess, here. Then we have two of the, let's see, do we have them here or are they in here? Looks like they're in here. And I'm sorry I didn't have another stream earlier in the week, but I had, other than the ATS American Truck Simulator stream that Malik sat in on. So I do have a wheel and pedals now. Seems to be working out pretty well. Let's see, I got some double-sided tape I was going to see. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be leaving residue there, so I can like tape the pedals to the floor without a problem. It was a little stickier than most double-sided tape I'm used to, so I was a little worried that it might leave some residue on the floor, and I didn't want to do that to Mrs. Torn. Okay, so we need two of these. And one there. But I have been very sleepy this week. I'm not sure exactly why. Okay, I'll do the other one of these. All right. And Monday I had an EMG test, which is where they do the nerve conduction, which was better than. All right, so we have 6 of these. All right. We do the dark gray ones like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so they go under like this and this. Anyway, the neurologist did say that the apparently the level of certification, the guy I've been going to at the neurology practice is nurse practitioner. And they ordered an MRI for me, and the full neurologist said that that sounds like a good thing. She originally thought it was inclusion body myelitis. All right, so we have 4 of these white ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I didn't have 2 of the things. Let's see, they go in the gaps here that normally accompany that, which are an elevated enzyme, which is usually not elevated enough that you can say just based off of that alone that that's what it is, and trouble swallowing, which I do not have. All right, and then we have 3 dark gray 1x3, dark gray or light gray 1x3s, light gray 1x3s. Low profile. We have 4 of these that we need. All right. So, given that I didn't have that, she says, well, it's definitely not that then. Still doesn't know what it is. The rheumatologist doesn't know what it is. I don't seem to be on a straight downward slide, so to speak. So I'm hopeful that I can stay out of the hospital until they figure out what's going on. All right, so we have that there. We have 4 of the corner pieces. So this goes in the center here. Nothing underneath, so I can't really push down without flexing, but if I do it from the underside, that works. Anyway, so Valentine's Day, which I was for some reason thinking it was during the week and I was going to miss work for it, is actually on Friday this year. So I will be able to get my MRI without losing work. And then after, that's pretty much it for February. And then in March, I've got another appointment with the neurologist after the MRI, appointment with the rheumatologist after the MRI. Okay, so 4 more of these white ones. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It looks like they go clockwise side of the corners. My hands are doing a little bit better than my legs, so I'm still having trouble getting up, moving around, going up and down stairs. But my hands seem to be doing much better. Well, not necessarily much better, but they're doing better than my legs are, so I'm hopeful that that will work out well. Oops, let me catch up with chat here. Melee says, I'm back to drawing my dad's portrait. Oh, congratulations on that. Hope that that goes well. Melee says, I fell asleep while watching the ATS stream. I had no energy because of COVID. I am sorry, and I am sorry to hear that. And no worries on that. So far, I think you're the only one who's been able to who's watched him live. I might do one tomorrow sometime because I do want to get more. If I got to keep like playing it to get more familiar with the wheel, but I seem to be might need a better seat cushion than the one I've got currently because I was getting a little uncomfortable near the end. Let's see. And Gwen says, I checked in on that stream. Hit the like button. Thank you very much for that, Gwen. I appreciate that. I just have issues watching others play video games. Dizziness. Oh, I definitely understand that. The first time I tried it, I got motion sick, but I wasn't streaming then. Second time, which was the one I streamed, I was doing much better, but still a little bit there. So I figure a little more practice, I should be fine. All right. And Mrs. Torn is working a event at the school today. So, all right. So I need 10 of these gray ones with the side ends, 4 of them. So 4. I'm not sure why my voice just doesn't feel right when I'm talking and streaming, but I don't notice that when I'm not streaming. So I think it might be self-consciousness. I'm noticing that the pitch is a bit different. And then 4 of these. All right, so they face with things out. All right, so 1, 2, and then the 1-bys go on either side of it. Oops, that one wound up in the wrong spot. Actually, I think that's out of focus. Let me fix that. I am so sorry. I just realized the camera's at a slight angle. I think that's acceptable. I'll worry about fixing it a bit later. I mean, when I'm not streaming. For some reason, this camera, if I leave it on now, doesn't show up as an available camera when I bring back up StreamYard, but I have to like unplug it and plug it back in. I don't know if it's just the fact that it's a long USB cable or what. All right, and then these go here. And the last 4 on the ends. Anyway, like I was saying, Mrs. Torin is working a school event that's going to run until about 6, and she might be home between 6 and 6:30. I have already ordered dinner for us to be delivered at 6:30, so I don't forget or I'm distracted by the stream. So I need 1 buys. It looks like, excuse me, they're dark gray. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 of these hinge ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these wind up. Now let's put the hinge ones on first, just to make sure I get it lined up easily. All right. And so was the time that Megan did this one, was it when she was being interviewed by MLS and Valhalla Awaits? I don't think I watched all of that stream. I don't remember that much from it. I'll have to do that. I don't know if I mentioned to you folks, but I have committed to making 2 braids for Megan at this point in time. Oops, I'm missing a page in there. I could tell that. All right, so 24 of the 2x edge pieces. Actually, I'll just grab them as I need it. All right, so just got to work our way around the edges. Oops, not that way, that way. So after I get done with Hayden's braid, I am going to do a braid do a traditional pattern braid, which doesn't require a lot of design work, and they run pretty quickly because I don't have to do any counting with them. It's just kind of memorize the pattern as I'm going along. So it won't take as long, and I've been trying to do those every 2 or 3 pattern braids, just kind of as a clearing out of the mental palette, so to speak, and doing more of the traditional stuff as opposed to custom work. All right, that's 1 edge there. So anyway, that's my tentative plan with that. And then I've got Andrea Burkhart's braid, custom braid, then Megan gets her custom braid. Oh, I was, forget exactly what it was, but something reminded me that Kiwi Farms exists, and while I don't have an account there, I know Nick's had a lot of issues with it. Not because he's not like sympathetic on his free speech basis, but because the guy who runs it seems to be kind of crazy, which is, I'm sure, not a surprise to anybody there. But figured go ahead and see if I had a thread there, and I'm glad to say I don't. Though I did get mentioned like 3 times on Nick's thread, but basically only because somebody would upload chat logs from locals. I don't really have chat logs on locals, but somebody like saved the chat. All right, and let's see. Gwen says, "Oh, that's sweet." And Mary says, "My mom." I'm assuming that was in regards to ordering dinner ahead of time, so I don't forget. Mary says, "My mom has an elevated enzyme that caused her to go to the hospital. It was caused from an antibiotic she was taking. That she learned she has cirrhosis, and it's not from drinking, just bad genes." I am sorry to hear that. From what I do understand, though, liver transplants, especially for somebody who's not a drinker or didn't get it from drinking, are relatively successful and not that difficult to get and tend to work well. So I'm hopeful that that will be the case for your mother if she needs something like that. Let's see, and Gwen says, Melee Cormier. I hope she gets better soon. Just need to add a couple more of these. 2 more. There is one. No, that's not it. There it is. All right. Oops, I miscounted. I need one more than that. There it is. Okay. So we now have our little pot. All right. And then we need 4 of these. 2, 3, and 4. Just off the top of my head, I said making pretty good progress with this. So, there we go. It extends a little bit beyond the lip. Trying to center it up too much. All right, there we go. And there we go there. One of the things or a couple of things I'm going to try and get done. Whoops, Mr. Serve wants to be let out. Give me a second here. He's going to do some bustling on the door. I'll be right back up. Thank you for your patience. Mr. Serby is back in his room, safe and sound. And I made it back up the stairs without falling down or anything like that. All right, so now we get 12 of these 2x4 flat tops. 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay. So they start up like this. Sorry, a little out of breath. It takes a lot of effort for me to go up and down stairs. And it took less than a month to get like this, and only about 2 days to go from where I could jog up steps to where I couldn't. Sorry, I don't mean to be so whiny. Just kind of takes over a lot of your thinking when you're sick like this, especially when you can't figure out what's causing it. All right, just make sure those are nice and secure. They look nice and even. All right, there we go. All right, next is the feet. Okay, so these. 1x2 flat tops. All right, so they go like this. I know it shows me assembling it ahead of time before putting it on, but I think I can put these on first. Just all right. Looks like they gave me an extra rubber bumper and an extra white one. Okay. Put these around here. Anyway, one of the things I want to do today, other than get ready for taking stuff to our tax accountant, is get some cleaning up in the garage so I can start using it again. I think you guys have seen the picture of the storage thing that I posted. Oops, why is that? Did I get that wrong? There we go. So that's all ready to use. I just need to like get that started and running, and putting stuff away there and getting it a little easier to move around with. So I'll probably do that after dinner tonight. Since Mrs. Torin gets up like Friday afternoon to go to work and then doesn't go back to sleep until like Saturday evening, she crashes a bit earlier than I do. So, and it's a bit windy today, but the temp isn't too bad, so it shouldn't be too cold to work out in the garage. All right, there we go. We have feet. All right, and let's see. Melee says she's doing better. That's wonderful to hear. Glad to hear that. Gwen says that's great. And Gwen says it's frustrating. We understand that. Thank you. That is very understanding. And Melee says that the storage looks great. Yep, I have been really pleased with it. And I've only done like the 2x4 and the 2x3 drawers. I'm thinking of doing the 2x2. I'm not sure if I'm going to do like a 2x1. Those seem a bit deep. I don't think I'm going to necessarily have anything like that. But I can keep adding on. I went ahead and made a bench for it to sit on so that it's a usable height. And the legs are adjustable so I can raise it up and down if I need to. And I've got kind of like a shelf against one wall, and above the shelf is like the breaker box and stuff like that. So I can't really set it on that shelf, but I can set it in front of it and then store stuff behind it. Like that's kind of where I keep my gas welding hoses and the like. Okay, so bag 2. Bag 4. Plus these 2. Okay, so let's get those out there. Okay. All right. One of these. See, it looks like we may get in with these fairly early. Yep, looks like it. Let me open this one up. I'm going to toss these bags, otherwise they get everywhere. Okay. All right, so, okay, yep, 2 of these. And one of the 2x3 flat, low profile. All right, so this goes there. These go here. All right, and then we have 2 of these. They're dark orange is their official color. All right, I think that's the other one. All right, so they go on either side here. All right, then we have 2 brown 90. Looks like they'll be in here. There's 1. And Mrs. Torin pointed me to a website that has 3D wood puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. Want to know if it's something I'd like to do for the stream? I said they didn't look too bad. Might possibly do that. Looks like what they are is wood jigsaw puzzles that are painted, and that also have where's the there it is. Okay, so all right, so we have 1. Oh, we only need 1 of those here. All right, so I'll set it there. Got confused. And then 1 more here. And next one we have another one of these. It goes here. And it looks like the water pot thing from the previous set. Little scooper. That goes here. Now I completely forgot what I was saying. I completely lost that train of thought. Let's see. And Marma says, I've boiled the kettle multiple times. It failed to make myself tea or coffee. I keep getting distracted. Kathleen says, hi, boys and girls. Hi, Kathleen. Bailey says, hi, hey, Kathleen. And Gwen says, I did that. I get coffee going. Half an hour later, remember that I made coffee. So I guess my forgetting things happens to work out pretty well with that. All right, so I did that. And then we need this one here, which apparently goes on top of, oh, whoops, I had that in the wrong orientation. This one back here needs to be facing the other way for its hinge. Otherwise, it'll get covered up by this piece. There we go. All right, so the hinge goes, that makes sense there. And then that goes here. All right, and then we need a 2x6 low profile dark brown and a 2x3 low profile black. There we go. All right, so if I'm reading this, okay, so it goes on one end. Then we have this teal or turquoise green that goes on there. Then we need this white 1x2, and I'm not sure what that one is. I think that's one of these. It's a little hard to tell. Then we need one of these in black, and then two 1x2s in dark brown, which, see, are they here? Oh, they're in here. All right, so 1 and 2. Okay, so we have this white one going on top of the black one, which then goes on top of the turquoise. And then we have, okay, I think they have these vertically, not that I think it'll matter that much. These going here. And then this going there. All right, then we have 2 of these. Which okay. Oh, and one more of the little handle things. All right, so it looks like they go this way. And this goes here. And 2 of these. Okay. All right, so this one. This one goes this way. And where's the other one? Ah. This one goes that way. There we go. Okay. And then we have 2 of, let's see, I think it's these ones here. Nope, not that one. Okay. Yep, I think it's these. All right, so I have one that goes under here. If I can get it in evenly. That one goes there. And then we go in the hinge piece there. And the hinge piece there. All right, so then we need one of these, 2 more of the dark brown slope pieces, and I'm gonna get the camera out because I have no idea what. I'll just use a flashlight first. Let's try the camera. Okay, I think it's some weird trapezoidal thing. Ah, I guess that's this here. All right. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 1, and then that, and that, and I believe that. Okay, so this gets made in stages. So we take this one here, and this goes half on it. Then we take the radius one and combine it together. And we take this one here, and I guess it's like that. Then one off from the edge, this goes here, and this goes here, and okay, so we have a step down slope from here. Get these lined up. Another step down slope here. Okay, I think that's move 27. All right, so we are changing orientation and doing it again. All right, so we have this one, a long one, 2 of the step down slopes in dark brown, another one of those weird trapezoidal pieces. And radius piece and corner piece, and there we go. All right, so looks like same thing, well, not necessarily same thing, but so this is here, and this goes on the corner, This goes here. This goes there. Then this goes here. And the long slope goes here. And step down slope. All these dark colors together make it really hard to see what's what. Okay, and then it looks like what I do with these, after I've got them on, is I go back to the, is it not want to, there we go. Go back to this, and okay, so this, okay, I think this is where it connects. Let's see if I can tell. Okay, so it's off by one, so it's being held in place by one there. And then the same thing, opposite side. Actually, it's three pins it's holding on. It's just, it looks like it's one from the outside. There we go. All right. That's the base of our tree. Okay, so we have a hinge. One here. One of those. And I think two of these round ones. And they go on the outside of the hinge over two. And over two. All right, and then two more hinges, one and two. And it looks like what happens with these is they get lined up here and here with this hinge piece, and then it gets moved to where those line up there. Does not look like this gets one of its own, but the orientation goes here. All right, so two 1x2s dark orange, two 1x2s dark brown, normal height. So one, one, and I can't tell, but I think they're the ones here with the little line-up hole on the side. All right, and so it looks like over the round ones, whoops, I got three of the dark ones. I need, okay, the brown ones, I need orange. And so it looks like the orange ones go over the round bottom ones and facing each other. And then the dark brown ones go on the quote unquote outside edge. Nope, I have these lining up along just one, and they need to be like overlapping apparently. There we go. And there we go. Get this put back together. And this, what I was trying to do was I was trying to line it up on there, and it needs to be there. So they're facing the center of the circle on their long face of the vertex or whatever. All right. I can see why if Megan was making this, it would be very confusing to her, because it's confusing to me too. All right, so those go there. All right, that's move 32. Let's see, how many moves total do we have in this? Now, admittedly, that's going to be like both colors. Looks like 103. So we're about a third of the way through. All right, then I need a short curve radius arch one, 2 of those. I got one. Where'd the other one go? There it is. And 1x2. I think it's a dark orange and it's got the flat top on it. Ah, there it is. One of those red connector things was hiding it. Does not want to be picked up, so let's slide it off the edge. Okay, so we have 2 of these, and this is the connector to hold them together on the lower step. Come on, there we go. All right, so that's held like that. And then apparently that goes under here, keeps those edges together. All right, then we need 2 of these ones here. Now it's hard to tell from the drawing. All right, so we have 1 here and 1 here with pins on the outside. Oops, don't push so hard, it comes apart. Doesn't work so well that way. There we go. Okay, all right. Let's see. I'm behind on chat. All right. Let's see. Okay. Whoa, I'm way far behind. Okay, there we go. Maley says, I put my coffee in the microwave too often. Gwen says, hello, Kathleen. Maley says, be right back. And Gwen says, once the coffee mixes into my insulated mug, it's good for 6 hours. I just have to get it into the mug first. Marmar says, tea has been achieved. I even brought the mug back to the couch with me. And Gwen says, Marmar, yay. Maley says, Gwen, I need that. Maley says, Marmar, you are now invincible. Gwen says, Torn, have you decided any elements for Megan's second braid? You mean the custom one? No, I haven't. I try and talk to them and see what things are important to them. Let's see. Kathleen says, yeah, Gwen, I have a cup like that. Unfortunately, it takes an hour before it's cool enough to even drink, and I want it now. I've had that with a hot chocolate one, too. Kathleen says, so I stick it to big cups and have a cup warmer on my desk, which works pretty well. Excuse me. Maley says, I got a 30-ounce insulated mug at the merchandise outlet here in town. It was a great bargain. It's a Zach brand. And Maley says, Gwen, cool. Kathleen says, kid grumbles about my mug collection, though. I tend to buy mugs from a website that I follow, which makes for a pretty eclectic collection. Which reminds me of a story, I think it was from the Spellsinger series, where it was a horrible pun collection. They had an eclectic eel as a creature in there. Gwen says, and yes, it takes a while before I can get a good healthy sip of the coffee, but it stays hot for a long time, and I don't like the cold coffee. Kathleen says, and here I thought that little garden looked pretty simple. Boy, have I been proven wrong. And Maley says, I think I'm going to try the honey cinnamon, half hot water, half milk tonight. Speaking of cinnamon and authors, the Dragon Riders of Pern series, I think that's Andre Norton. No, where is it? I'm blanking on the author, and I'm pretty sure it's not Andre Norton because she did a different series. Okay, I gotta know. Hold a second here. Anne McCaffrey, not Andre Norton, Anne McCaffrey. Anyway, she's got a drink in her Dragon Rider series called Claw, which comes from the bark of the claw bark tree. Yeah, rather obvious connection there. And it's described as kind of like a cinnamon hot chocolate type thing with a bit of coffee, or cinnamon mocha type thing, I think. And I've done it as like a cinnamon hot chocolate, which I liked fairly well. All right, so one of those and a 1x2 dark brown flat top. All right, so, oops, one goes here. And the dark brown one goes here. There we go. Then we have a step down, dark orange, and another one of, I believe, there's one of, is that? Nope, it's one of these. Okay, so okay. So that one goes like that with its point up in the center. And this one goes like that. All right. And we have two more hinges. So there and there. And let's see. Okay, so they go over the one where all the buildup is there. And line that up correctly. There we go. And then we have two of the double wide slope down in dark orange, which all right, goes like this. And gotta get the right orientation there. Okay, then we have, it looks like they're in black. Let's see, let's light it up. Okay. All right, so yeah, it looks like it is one of the round ones, but I don't know if it's supposed to be brown or black. Yeah, brown, not black. It looks like it. And a 1x2, another one of these with the hole there. Okay. So, all right, this one goes here, like that, and that one goes here. I have no idea what it is I'm doing here. All right, and then we have a 1x step down in the brown, and I think it's one of these spout type things there. Okay, so this sitting like this spout thing goes off here, that direction, and the step down slope goes here. I can get it to line up enough to seat properly. Looks like I gotta rotate it just a little bit to get it to fit. Actually, let me take that one off and get this in place first. Then I can figure out how to get this on. Very snug fit. Actually, what's the orientation for it? Oh, it's supposed to be off like that. Okay, that fits better that way. It's not very obvious though what it is there. All right, so orientation change. We have like this. All right, so we have, I believe this is what's needed here, and a 1x2 brown. and one of these weird horn thingies. All right, so we have this on top of the dark brown one, and in here we have a horn thing going in the hinge. Let's get it in here without breaking anything. It doesn't want to fit. I don't want to bend the tip to it. All right, there we go. And that. Okay, so all right, so if it's like this, and then this one goes there. I guess that's right. All right, and then with this, okay, there. Okay, it looks like that's how that goes together. Oops, sorry. Didn't keep up with there. Mary says, Kathleen, Megan almost gave up on that Lego. And Gwen says, I had to thaw out my mug collection. I had to be brittle, cracks on the inside, had to go. That took out a few. Kathleen says, well, I believe I'm no longer considering buying any sets for my kids or grandkids either. And Kathleen says, Anne McCaffrey, yep, that is it. And Gwen says, I've tried to make Claw. It wasn't too bad. Gwen says, didn't Andre Norton co-author a Dragonized Pern with Anne McCaffrey? I do not know. Andre Norton, if I remember right, was like Witch World and some other ones like that. Gwen says, Anne. And it looks like you had it right the first time around. Oh, I see. The second one did. And Kathleen says, probably did, Gwen. And Kathleen says, been a while since I last followed them. I did like Andrew McCaffrey's Crystal Singer series too, as well. Gwen says, I had all the series wrapped when my son started to take over. Kathleen says, I don't think I've ever read any of her sons. Gwen says he co-authored a few with her before she passed, and he took them over. I haven't been as interested since then. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes that happens. Oh, right, when her son started to take over. Okay, got it. And Betsy Weingartner, hi, Betsy, nice to see you on. Torin, Gwen, Melee, Kathleen, Marmar, can't stay. Stop by to hit the like and say hi. Thank you very much for that, Betsy. Kathleen says, glad to see you, Betsy. Have a good day. Melee says, Betsy, hey, good to see you. And Gwen says, Betsy, hello. All right. So, and then we have one more of these wide ones here. It looks like one by with a side one. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so this one goes here. And this one looks like it goes in this orientation. All right. There we go. All right, so on to here. All right, so we have a 1 by in dark brown, long one, and then a 2 by 6 dark brown. And it looks like it goes over like that. And we have another 1 by shorter in light brown, which is offset by 1 and goes here. Then we have a 90 in dark orange, which goes here. And we have a 2 by slope down that goes like this. Okay, that's looking right there. Set this out of the way here for a second. All right, and then we have one long dark brown step down, which two-step step down, which is there. And that one goes there. All right. And we have another 1 by here, long one, and there. All right. And so this goes here. And this goes here. And then that. All right. So, okay. All right. Looks like I've got the keyed pieces together. So it fits. All right. There we go. There's that. Then we have 3 of these red ones and 3 of these branch elbows. Okay, let's see. All right, so each of the elbows gets one of the connectors in. And they obviously go on the dark brown ones with the things here. All right, so this one goes here, goes up. This one goes up there. And, okay, it's hard to see, but this one looks like it's supposed to go forward instead of up. All right, there we go. Then we have another here and another red one. And this one goes there and there, there. Whoops, looks like it wasn't, it went up, it went back. So rotate this out 90 degrees. There we go. And then this goes like that. At least that's what it looks like here. All right, so this is hard to tell exactly, but it looks like orient like this, and okay, slides over the top here, and then wraps around and down to here. Okay, so it looks like both of them go on the end here. So we'll have that one there. And then we have another one that I'm assuming goes on here. And wraps around down and there as well. Okay, so we have like tie-off wires. Okay, so let's see. It's the first time Lego has these vine elements that have appeared in a reddish brown color as a note. All right, so we have one, few of these and one of these. All right, so, okay. Looks like this is meant to go on this hinge point, up like that. Then this goes here. All right. And this one goes here. These need to be bent a little more for this to fit in here. At least I'm assuming that's supposed to, okay, that looks like that fits in there. Those look like they're little supports. All right, and there we go. All right, at least it looks like it'll stay up on its own again. All right, okay, so that actually now fits in here. All right, so we take this, and I'm assuming, okay. All right, well. Okay, so it looks like it goes in at a slight angle. Okay. All right, so that goes up like that. Okay. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to raise it up like this so it doesn't interfere. Okay, so if it goes at a slight angle like that, there we go. All right, so then this goes down there, and that looks like that hangs up against there as a brace. Okay, all right, that looks good. See, these root pieces were originally used as elephant trunks, perfect for slurping water. Okay, that's interesting to know. All right, so it looks like we had a couple pieces left over from that bag. All right, then we are on to bag 3, which is this one. Oops, part of the bag. It's supposed to go. All right. Oh, okay. They're just tossed in as pebbles, apparently. That's this entire bag. Okay. All right, so it looks like it says there's like 4 individual bags and you mix them together, but all right. Let's see. Let me catch up with it here. Let's see. Kelly says, did Anne McCaffrey also write The Ship Who Sang in that series? I believe she did. Gwen says, yes, that was the very first sci-fi book I ever read. I have a copy in my library along with the second sci-fi book I read, Restory. And Gwen says, Lego is giving us treasure notes. I do not think I have a spot to fit one in here. It doesn't have any open spots, unfortunately. Kathleen says, Restory, never read that. Sounds potentially very interesting. I loved her pod people on bed day. I wish I could be one. Gwen says, Restory is very interesting. All right. So let's see. We have loose and we have a bag. All right, so it looks like it's 2 colors each. All right. We will mix them together. And if I'm reading the instructions right, of motions on the bag here, let's go ahead and we don't lose them. A little randomization going on there. And I'll just oops, a little bit of overflow here. Put these in and to a lower spot. I have to be careful transporting this one. Toss that in, just bounce right out. Okay, those definitely need a little extra in there. And oops. When I get up, I'll grab that one and toss it in. There we go. Yep, I see it. Which is impressive because the color is kind of close to the floor. All right. That was a quick bag. See, we're about an hour and 10 minutes into it. Kathleen says, honestly, I think the first real sci-fi book that I ever read was Dune. If it wasn't a Canticle for Leibowitz, had a high school English class 2 semesters called Fantasy and Sci-Fi. I'm not sure which fantasy or sci-fi book I read first. I know Lord of the Rings was one of the first ones, and that took me quite a while, but I'd been reading stuff like that before. All right, so I was going to do this one, so I jumped to page 53. Or to, page 45. Okay, page 53. All right. And page 60 is the base. All right. Actually, I think I'm going to jump ahead and do the base real quick. I'll do the vegetation last. All right, there we go. All right, bags. Move this up to the top here. And Kathleen says it was wonderful. All right. Making sure I don't get anything stuck in the bag like I did last time. Sorry about that. Tripod set a bit interestingly, so I get a little more height. You guys can see more of the table. All right, and okay, so I'm doing 2 of these. Starting off with, I start with one of it's like a 2x10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 2x10. All right, that's there. Then I have 3 of these lip ones, and get oriented this way, extending out 1 past. All right. Then 2 1x2s, which then we go here, get added to the end, so it doesn't have any like missing spots to match the fence. All right. Then we have 1 large 1x8, or tall 1x8. That's it there. That goes here. 2 extra on the end, each end. Then we have these weird wobbly ones here. Need 2 of these. There we go. And they extend out here. Then we need 2 more 2x10s. And they get lined up here and here. Then we need 2 of the tall ones here. Looks like they go there and there. And 2 tall 1x4s that have side posts, which go here and here. Then we have a 2x6 tall, which goes here. These didn't get pushed all the way down, so there's a little bit of height difference. All right, so do that twice. Okay, I think I can do that. The 2x10. We have the shelf ones here. Takes 3 of them. Extend out 1. Go back a page or 2 just to make sure I got the right stuff going here. All right, so they go like that. Then we have two 1x2s, which go under here. And we have tall 1x8 goes here, leaves two on either side. Then we have need that. One of those. Another one of those. Need that. Okay. So that goes there. That goes there. Need two more of the 2x10s. Get put there. There. And then we need tall 1x8s, two of them. They go here and here. These go inside. And make sure they're all nice and snug down. And then we have another one of these 2x6s, which extends here. And then we put them together like that. All right. And yes, I had that correct. Then we need four 1x10s. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, let's see, where do they go? I'm not seeing where they go. Ah, they go on the insides here. That was what was confusing me. All right, so, and that's why we have the side-mounted ones. Okay, now I see where they go. All right. All right, and then I need 4 flat tops. I believe that's these ones here. And they go on the ends. So we can line up 2 of them on each short end. Looks good. We go there. All right, that looks correct. And then we need 28 of these 1x2s, which have the single post in the center. And we just leave one space in between as we work our way down the long sides. So I'm just going to put these on, not bother counting. Let's see. Gwen says, I couldn't get into Dune. Move your book. Oops, that's not the ones I need, but I can take it off with this. I saw the David Lynch Dune before I read the book, and I didn't read Dune itself. I read like the second one on, and eventually I did go back and read the first one. I got like 5 books before I was just like, okay, this just is not holding me anymore, and let my connection to the series pass. I still do like the original movie, and I'm okay with the setting. It's just the story, the way the story is told, just kind of like runs on and on and on. And eventually it's like, okay, I've read, 50 pages. I have no idea what it is I've read. All right. Almost done on this side. There we go. And same on the far side. Kathleen says, glad I took that class. It gave me a foundation. When I met my husband, I think he was delighted to find out I loved the same books that he did. Mrs. Torn and I read some of the same books and some different books. If I run across something I think she likes, I definitely give her a recommendation. I was a little hesitant to recommend Dungeon Crawler Carl just because the series gets kind of dark, but Mrs. Torn loves it. And our roommate also, from us talking about it, decided that she'd check it out and get them as well. She actually, since she was reading physical books or printed books rather than listening to them, got through where we were and and actually is one book ahead of where they have it out in audio. I'm actually the most behind. I've been listening to the Duchies and Necromancer Isekai series. I'm 2 books in. Main character is a necromancer. Normally, that is a class that's like kill on sight because it has a chance to be horribly overpowered. And the people who tend to wind up, who tend to grow up with that skill, tend to be absolutely horrible people that you don't want around. But our main character seems to be okay. The author's having fun with it, not taking it too seriously, it seems like, so it hasn't been too bad. Sounds like Mrs. Torn might be home or the roommate might be up. I hear people moving around downstairs. All right. And then we fill in with the regular 1x2s that have normal tops. Just need 12 of these. They're easier to find now than the others because I've already sorted out the other ones. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff moving around downstairs, so I'm assuming Mrs. Torn is home. She's home a bit early. All right. We are almost done with this move. Going rather quickly. I'm about an hour and a half in. I'm doing pretty good on this, I think. Got a nice speed going. No major problems. A little bit of one's hard to see. All right. Then we need 13 of these dark brown ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right, and then we have 26 of these ones here. I'm just going to go ahead and, all right, so these are the 1x8, so these go over 4. 1x6s, and they overlap. All right. Oops. And let's see. The thing is fascinating, Torn. That thing is fascinating, Torn. I still won't buy it. I understand that. Kathleen says, just committed the sin of buying some beads that I really didn't need. And Kathleen says, Torn, have you ever read the Zimmerillion Chronicles? It also tends to run on, but I forgive the whole darn series for the sake of one poem in the opening volume. I've heard of the Silmarillion, but not the Zilmarillion. And that's and the Silmarillion is not like the Silmarillion Chronicles, which is the Silmarillion. A little hard to pick up. All right, let's see. Honest, I'm not trying to flip anybody off. It's just how I was holding things. All right. 1, 2. 3 and 4. Actually, rather than build them up, I'm just going to go ahead and there we we go. Got the little lip here so they don't fall down. All right, there we go. See, it sits like that. There we go. Actually, that goes together relatively well. I'll just flip it over and press down to make sure they're seated when I'm done. I'll just load these up here on the sliding rack. That way I don't have to find them and slide them around when I'm ready. All right. And it also makes it easier to align them. All right, so let's grab the rest of them out of the box here. Okay. Let's see. There. Gotta be careful, they're a little flexy. Still holding a lot in my left hand. Easier to go when I okay. I'm gonna have to hold the other half while I slide them on, or they're gonna move around too much, at least until I get the first side done. All right, almost there. And much easier once the one side is done. Okay. Looks like there's, okay. All right, so then we just flip it around, make sure they're nice and snug. There we go. Okay. Next move, we flip it over and we do corners 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 of these. Okay, there and there. All right, so there. There. And there. And there. And join the connector there. Join the connector there. And make sure it's nice and snug. All right. We have 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they go there. 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 And there. I'm gonna make sure they're nice and snug. And then we have these rounded ones, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what we do with these is we have a long one and a short one. So we have 2 where we do 1 here and 1 here. So we're going to have kind of like a mirror symmetry thing. So got 1 like that, and then we have 1 where it's like this. So they're like that. And more of the first one. They go kitty corner to each other. So this one is here and here. All right, so this one goes here. And this one goes here. All right. And all right, that looks like that's it. So this goes here. This sits up on top of here. All right, so we go back to 45, I believe. No, 53. All right, and that is bag 5. I'm not going to bother with the box here. All right, let's see. I am far behind here. Mary says, I bought a bunch of art supplies. I don't feel guilty about it. Kathleen says, different author, E.R.R. Eddings. He has another novel, The Warm Oribus, that leads you around by the nose with its plotting, sword and sorcery stuff, and will make you scream in frustration. I am sorry to hear that. Gwen says, I don't need any more frustration. Maybe if you saw my bead collection, I have to start making sellable pieces again. Kathleen says, little Gwen, that's cool. Dawn thing is out of print anyway. Gwen says, I got a book based on description of it through a book club. The only thing sci-fi about it was the bomb that went off just before the book started. The rest is like a guy writing in his diary. I struggled through about 2/3 of it before I gave up. And Kathleen says, Canticle for Leibowitz is post-apocalyptic, but it starts long after all the bombs went off. And Kathleen says, what book, Gwen? And Gwen says, apparently the only survivors were on military ships and isolated islands. When I stopped reading, they hadn't found each other yet. There was no dialogue in it at all. I am sorry to hear that. That sounds very frustrating. All right. Let's see. Okay. We'll set this out of the way here, out of the way here. All right. So we need one of the double horn ones and one of the, don't tell me it's another bit. Okay, one of the hinge ones here. All right, so hinge goes like this, horn ends goes up like that. All right, 1, and then 2 of the white ones here. So we have 1 going off, oh, hand cramp, sorry. 1 going off this way, and 1 going this way. I only have 7 pages for this, so hopefully it won't be too much. Okay, so like that and that. And then we have 2 more. We have 1 going like, okay, we line these 2 up. Okay. And also line these two up like this. All right, then we need 8 of these pink ones here. These look like they could be messy, so I'm going to pull out 8. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And these are basically the same as this thing here in shape. All right, so all right. Okay, so one off here, one off here, and here, and there. Oops. Let's get it seated properly. There we go. All right, so that goes there, and then the second one on the upper one this way, and then okay, this here, and that there, and that. Can't push hard. Don't be difficult on me. There we go. All right, and then we have four of the flowers, and it has 2 of pink. Okay, so it's the same as that, but I'm not seeing where they're added in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So on here, have an open flower. On here, have an open flower. And here, and here. Okay. The colorful blossoms on this tree are actually frog elements from earlier Lego sets. Yep, they look like frogs. Okay, they're up close. All right. All right, so we have 8, 4, and 2. So we have 14 total pink things on here of different colors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we do have extra one. Oh, I see where they are now. All right, so they're on top of the connecting points. So this one goes here. And this one goes here. Connect it on. All right, there we go. All right, and this one, okay, it shows it on here. It's the first time these frogs have been seen in the light of this light purple color. I guess you could say purple, but it looks real pink to me. All right, so oh, okay. So this one goes on this rising post here. All right, there we go. And then we do 3 more of them, I guess. Nice if they told you that at the beginning. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 of those, and or I just need 2 of those if I'm doing 2 more. Okay, so there, and 1 and 2. All right, so okay, and we have these all like that. 2 of them that way. And I just kind of go like that. They don't actually stick together except for the main ones. And on the other side, we have basically the same thing. Okay, except other mirror orientation. So there and there. And there and there. Line them up. Okay, so this orientation goes on these. And go, and the other one goes on here. There we go. And go there. All right, so we need 10 and 20 of them. Okay. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 more. And 5 more. All right, and we need 8 for the flowers. Okay. Open flowers. 1, 2. Knock a couple of these out. Let's see how many I need to get. Move these over here and grab that one there. All right, so we have 6. I just need 2 more flowers. I'm getting close here. There we go. All right, let me catch up here. Let's see. Gwen said, okay, I already read that one. Gwen says, Kathleen, I don't recall. And Melee says, Kathleen, do you post on any platform we can follow you? Kathleen says, not anymore, Melee. I haven't sold peace in over 10 years, but I have no doubts I can sell them again. Gwen says, I think I donated it to Salvation Army Goodwill. That was a long time ago. And Kathleen says, I got distracted by Kumihimo. It mixed in well with my beads. All right. And we have one this way. Both of them. And then let's oops, not that spot. It's the next one down. There we go. And there we go. The doubled over one. And there. And then that one. Oops. That one. And there. There. And again, double ones facing away. One immediately clockwise. Double one facing away. And oops. Make sure they're actually on there. And next one clockwise. Then that one down there. Actually, I don't know if it's like 3 total or 3 more of these. So let's see if I might have to do one more after this. Okay. Then we have flower, 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 flower. This is easy to remember. It's the outermost tips. And the remaining 2 here are on top of where they join over the post. All right, that one is done. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There. All right. Now back to the page that said 3 of them. Okay. Whoops. All right. Then we have two of the tall blocks on top of the round base. Looks like the round bases are in here. I'm just going to assume that it's 3 of them here, and I still have to make 1 more. All right, so those there. And we need 2 more. Let's set these out of the way. There we go. And let's go 2 of these onto the round one. And these gray connectors. All right. So, okay. So I go in with the little T connector section facing out. That one may not have been lined up all that perfectly. All right, and then we have 3 of these. 1, 2. Then this one. Or did they fall out of this one here? Looks like they did fall out of this one. All right, there we go. We got 3 of them now. All right, and they gotta get the camera out here because it looks. Oh, I still have the light on. I guess that's going to be draining on the battery. All right, so. Oh, okay, so I need 2 of those for each one. All right. Whoops. I saw the text from Mrs. Torin that she's was going to be home about 5:35, which means she's been home for a while now. All right. So got 3 of those. We need 3 more. One, 2, and 3. And they go on these with their hinge sides away from the side with the connector. Okay. Now I need, looks like a dark brown 1x2 flat top. 3 of those. 2 and 3. And 3 of these fold over corners. All right, so we have the dark brown one going above the connector portion. 1. 2. And 3. And connector on the other side, or fold over on the other side. Oops. That was not what I needed. That was what I needed. There we go. All right. And then we need, okay, post up here. These go on top of the dark brown, looks like. Very hard to see on the description. All right. And then we need 3 more of the round ones. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and they go on the back side of here. 1, 2, and oops, 3. Okay, and then they get the arm up here. 1. Okay, I seem to be, no, I bet these ones don't need it. Actually, let me see if I... okay, yep. All right, so... Okay. So I got that. And okay, so that goes here. And this one. Okay. Oops. Ah. Wait a minute. I'm missing something here. Ah. Okay, so let's just take this one off here for a moment. And facing like that. Okay. So we have it do a step down here. One. Missed part of that one. And 2. And 3. Okay. And okay, there we go. Then this, okay, so I need 3 of those. Okay, so that's just showing it like that. Okay. So then, okay. All right, so I think it's supposed to go like, looks like it gets some extra flowers. Okay, so it's like this. 1, 2. Okay, that's the same thing as that. It's not showing. It's not showing any extras, but I mean, here, but it's got more on here. I'll just leave it like this for now. Let's see. Okay, so this goes in here. And this one goes here. Got to line it up right. Nope, that's too far. All right. right, so that just needs to be oriented a little more that way, and then like that. Okay. All right, so I just need to take this and this one will go here. That way, or do I want it? That's too far that way, I think. Okay. And I'll just take it in the front here. Okay. So we need 10 more of these. Because there's 101 of these frogs in the set. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And 4 here. Did way too much. Oh, we're almost done, and it's been about 2 hours. So I think did a pretty decent build for this. All right. So we have that, and like that, and this one goes this way, this one goes this way. Okay. All right, so we have one here and one there. These being larger than the micro ones are much easier to deal with. And one here. And one there. 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 And flower. Sorry if I'm getting quiet at this part of it here. Flower. And flower. Flower. All right, so we go there. And then come on. Why not? All right, and then this goes here. Let's see if I can get this on without. There we go. All right. So there we go. That is all right. It looks like that's it. We are done. I'm going to be careful about doing the angle here because of the all the loose ones here. But thank you very much, everybody. Let me catch up with chat real quick here. All right, Kathleen says, okay, I tried. If I try to do that thing, my neighbors would call the cop over my frustrated screaming. I'm sorry, Kathleen. Kathleen says, I have tea. Gwen says, yay, tea. Kathleen says, decaf, but I'll take what I can get right now. Too much hoses involved when I have to go down and make my own. Silence is no problem. Work like that is absorbing. Thank you very much, Kathleen. Maylee says, looks awesome. Kathleen says, that is lovely. All right, let me see if there's anybody I can send you to. Let's see. All right, let's do a quick refresh. Make sure I've got the right stream to modify. And yep, all right, let's go to customization and add a redirect. Let's see who's available. Well, it looks like everybody's upcoming. I don't know anybody that's live, so sorry about that. And Melly says, thanks for the stream. You are most welcome. It's been fun to have you on here. And Kathleen says, no problem. Have a good evening all. Love you. All right. May or may not have a stream tomorrow. Not sure what I'll do. Might be a design stream or might be a shop cleaning stream. I don't have any outstanding sets to build, but it's good to have you all here. Hey, we're up to 14 people watching. We have 7 on YouTube, 7 on Twitter, plus another 2 over on Rumble. We had 2 people. It looks like we just had a couple of people join, according to YouTube. So thanks everybody who jumped in, especially those at the last minute all. And I think we're good to go. It's good to have you all on here. Did a actual Lego build in a single stream in about 2 hours. As always, everybody, stay safe and happy braiding.